What is up, everybody? Welcome back to RC's Gateway to Comics. I am RC, and today we are going to be talking about a sort of continuation from the last video, where I covered criticisms that you may face whenever you get into a creative field. And this topic is going to be covering where those criticisms may come from. And I've narrowed it down to three main places. The first one is going to be your viewers / your customers. Now, whenever you are putting your work out there, again, whether it be drawn or written, you are going to have people who are going to see your work and maybe will want to purchase it if you have it available for purchase, or they're just there to see it. You're putting your work out on Twitter, Instagram, DeviantArt, wherever, then there's people who are going to see your work, and there's nothing really you can do to change that. And those people are going to be the ones that you are going to see most of the time. These people will either leave comments saying, "Hey, I love your art. I want to see more of this stuff. Where can I find it?" Or they're going to offer you constructive critiques about what exactly they like and what they don't like, and you can build upon that as you build your creative career. Hopefully, they'll like it. They'll continue to like it. But there's always the opportunity that they will not. And sometimes they'll fall off. Sometimes you'll get new readers or new viewers who are just getting introduced to your art. These people you can definitely interact with. You can build that relationship with them so they do continue to keep coming back to your work and building your audience. Now, another part of that audience, let's be honest, there may be some trolls in there as well. And as I covered in the previous video, these are people who might say something inflammatory. They may just be like, "I hate you, I hate your work, I never want to see you again," that sort of stuff. Those are the ones that you don't really want to interact with, and you can rest assured that you do not need to really respond to those, because you know that they're just doing it to get a reaction out of you. With that, it's best to focus on the people who are contributing to your creativity and are actually showing that they want to interact with you on a positive basis. Now, the next area that you'll be getting critiques from is the actual professionals in your industry. You may, if you're lucky, get comments from professional artists. You may get DMs, direct messages, or emails from people who want to reach out to you because they see potential in you and they want to help you to better your writing style, your drawing style, that sort of stuff. These are definitely critiques that you want to take more consideration with, because these are coming from people who have been in the industry for a while. They have a wealth of knowledge that they can give you, and you can definitely learn from them. Now, take this as an example. This has not happened, but if it did, if I was to put an art piece out on Twitter and I was to get a direct message from Graham Nolan, is the guy who created Bane in the Batman comics, and he was going to give me tips on how to improve my work and how he could see that I'm maybe missing something, but I just need this one little push to make it pop that much more. I'm going to make sure to listen to that because he has a proven track record of being one of the best in the industry, and I know that if I'm going to listen to what he's telling me, then that can most likely improve my work. So that you can definitely give much more gravity to criticisms that those professionals in the industry will give you. Now, the third area that you're going to want to focus on if you get criticisms from is your coworkers. Now, most people are not lucky enough to be able to be working by themselves on a project. A lot of people will need others to help them along with certain steps. Um, they may be more proficient in writing, and they need an artist to work on the actual comic art, or they're better at the inking stage, and they need someone to do the coloring for them. Whenever you have various different people working with you on these steps, they are going to let you know what works for them and what doesn't work for them. So if you have someone who's working with you on a comic page and you give them the the inked page, and they say, these characters look a little bit stiff. Can you maybe go back and redo this panel and this panel? And maybe make them have like a bit more of a fluid dynamic to them. You're going to hopefully say, yes, I can do that. Let me get that done, and I'll send it back to you, and you can give me your thoughts on that. You can't say, no, you're stupid, you don't know what you're talking about, screw off. Because these people are your coworkers. If you are going to grow in your creative field and in your art and or writing or anything like that, then you are going to need to work with these people so that you can better yourself and better them. You don't have the luxury of doing it all by yourself unless you're that skilled. And if you start bashing them or saying that you are just that good, then they're most likely not going to want to work with you. Always make sure to take your coworkers' criticisms and their critiques and try to learn from them, because whenever you have a good working relationship with your coworkers, then that's going to make the final product of your book, your comic book, your webcomic just that much better. And now, I know that I was talking about there only being 3 areas that allow for critiques to come back to you, but there is a secret 4th area, and that area is yourself. You see, I certainly struggle with this on my own, and whenever you're looking back at a piece that you did 5 years ago, 1 year ago, heck, even last week, and you look at it and you say, I could have done that so much differently based on what I know now. And you look at that artwork and you say, I really don't like how that turned out. That is you critiquing yourself. And if you are going to critique yourself, then that shows you that you know that you're not at the point that you want to be at. And if you're not at the point that you want to be at, then that makes you want to learn more. And learning more is something that's going to come from critiques, because you'll see what sticks out to you that you like and what sticks out to you that you really don't like. I know that there's been times whenever I've gone back and I've revisited old drawings of mine because I could just not stand what I had put out before. And I was like, I know that I can do this better, and I made it 10 times better. And if I was to do that now, I know that I would make it 10 times better what I had done before. I have actually, this is a true story, I have put out fiction novels on my own, and looking back at the covers that I've put on them, I know that I'm going to have to do some redesigning in the future because I am not at the same level as I was. Well, how many years ago was that? It was at least 5 years ago. And I know that I could make those covers 10 times better using the skills that I have now. And it would be so much better than what I had done before. And I know most artists will say the exact same thing. They look back at their old stuff and they say, I could have done so much better. Well, now is your opportunity. Take your criticisms, take your fellow peers' criticisms, and take your audience's criticisms and use them to build up your creative skills to a point where you will be on the top of your game. That is what I want to do, and that is what any artist, any writer, any creative person should want to do. And I hope that you, as well as me, will get to that point as well. If you would, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all of that fun stuff, and I will see all of you guys in the next video. Peace out.